Welcome back to the Sanctuary, Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, and our main scenario quest line. Cruising X here. Last episode, we finally rescued Wuk Lamat from Bakul Jaja. But we didn't get to freaking beat the ever-living shit out of him, and we lost a gemstone in the process. We plan on getting it back, but that asshole is really grinding our gears. Anyways, the journey continues, and we must be on our way to the next step in the rite of passage. So let's get right down to it with the next quest in our endeavor: History's Keepers. The road beckons, friends. Let us be on our way to the Yokui. Then it's back to where the path through the mountains begins. You remember the spot where you were tricked into walking off with the Hakesa? Just going to rub it in my face like that, eh? I wonder if he's raising my heckles on purpose, though. You know, trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. Either way, we can't be standing around here all day. We have lost a lot of time to make up for. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. All right. Let's hop our mount. We can teleport to Earthenshire to start off with. And now we move on. Hello, Ready Rock. Goodbye, Ready Rock. I couldn't leave without letting Ready Rock know what happened, so I stopped in Earthenshire to say a few words before moving on. And now Erenville's nowhere to be seen. Wouldn't he wait a few more moments? So much for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Come on, let's catch up. I want to give that smug gleaner a piece of my mind. I was worried Wuk Lamat would agonize over the loss of her keystone, but it seems I had nothing to be concerned about. Onwards and upwards, then. All right. Let's move. Into the mountain. No preference on Urkopacha. Enville? As I'm sure you noticed, the air grows thin at this elevation. Take it slow until your body adjusts. Deep breaths, drink plenty of water. Few more steps and we'll be in Warlaw's Echo. And we've been through mountaintops before. All right, first our alpaca keep. And our aetheryte. Looking good. Lamat. Phew. I think I'm getting used to the air up here. So this is the place from the Lay of Proof where Papa met with the Yokhui. And that must be them. I don't think I've ever actually seen one outside of a picture. So it is for most Terrari. The giants rarely visit the lowlands. Here in their mountain fastness, they tend to the solemn duty they pledge to undertake in their pact with the Dawn Servant. To watch over the Vidral Valigamanda and maintain its prison within their temple. Yes. Wuk Lamat told us about the Tural Vidral, creatures that live for far longer than normal and awaken to strange powers. Indeed. Yet even among those anomalies, Valigamanda is unrivaled in strength. It has endured for centuries, bringing catastrophe each time it emerges from its lair. As you learned in the Lay of Ice, it was Gulu Jaja who at last managed to imprison the beast, and it has lain dormant in the temple ever since. It is said the building still bears a gaping hole in its ceiling from when Valigamanda was lured inside by Gulu Jaja's final ploy. I'd like to see the strongest of all Tural Vidral. I wonder what it was like to fight it. Warlaw's Echo was where both the Lay of Proof and the Lay of Ice took place. Does this not suggest we'll be facing 2 feats this time? That's a question we can ask the Elector once we find him. Or maybe we should flush out Bakul Jaja first so I can beat my keystone out of him. Identifying the Dawn Servant Elector should be our first priority. I suppose we do still have 4 keystones to earn. And no matter what we do, the contest will pit us against him sooner or later. Alright, let's seek out the Elector. Then I suggest we pay a visit to Pariozar the Gracious, or so their temple is called. The Moblins told me that High Luminary Gafurler is to be found there. If we are to ask someone for information, then he seems a wise choice. All right. So these are what the giants look like when they're not heavily armored, it looks like. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Hecaton shares of Eorzea are different from the giants of Tural. Let's see if I can convince the gods to let us through. I am Wuk Lamat, third promise of Tuliolal, and I seek your elector for the right of succession. May I speak with Gefuller? The High Luminary has granted admittance to the claimants. You may enter. Huh. That was easier than expected. In we go then. Gods, is that... Aye, Valigamanda. Welcome. High Luminary Gefühle? He is not here at present. I am Luminary Zemurwa. This is the Sky Ruin, Valley Garmanda? It is. Tora Vidral, whose name has evoked terror since time immemorial. Even my people, once conquerors of all beneath the sun, were as brittle as leaves before Valley Garmanda's tempestuous power. The Sky Ruin descended upon Urkopachar 8 decades ago. Casualties were staggering. Had Guru Shajan and his companions not intervened, we would have been slaughtered to the last. Their titanic battle with Valley Garmanda raged for 10 days and 10 nights. As their foe fought on, tireless and relentless, our heroes were pushed beyond the limits of their endurance. Thus did the head of reason concoct a desperate plan. Gulu Jaja tricked the Sky Ruin into losing control of its own ice magics, causing the unwitting Tura Vidral to encase itself in frozen ether. And it's been like this ever since. Nice work, Papa. But what happens if the ice ever melts? That same question looms large on our minds. But the magic sustaining this prison grow weaker with each passing year. Valley Garmanda commands powers of fire and lightning and ice. Some believe that the violence of the recent storm was the result of those energies slipping free. That raging tempest from Valley Garmanda? Setting future worries aside, you are come to attempt the feat of proof, yes? The High Luminary, chosen Elector of the Dawn Sovereign, has left me with instructions for all aspiring claimants. You are to scour our forbidding mountain and find the waiting Gefühler. That is to be your challenge. Ah, so the search itself is the feat. You've already spoken with my brothers, I take it? I have. Their expeditions are underway. Then we'd better pick up the pace. Aye, but we'll need a direction to search in first. Let's see what hints we can gather from the villagers. Alright. Gods, Valley Garmanda is enormous. I know Papa had friends with him, but it's incredible he could hold his own against that thing. Should its prison ever fail, though, we can't expect the old god to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Indeed it will be. Right now, let's continue our feat. As we've just been informed, the feat of proof requires us to seek the High Luminary Gefühler somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the Yokoi from answering... We must assume the challenge precludes the Yokoi from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask that you pay close attention while attempting to divine Gefühler's whereabouts. Though the giants may not give us a precise location, there may be clues hidden within their words. Such is my theory, anyway. Let us see what we can discover. Alright, I will start with your Gerwer. A high luminary? No, I've not seen him today. Let me ask you a question. That's the brawl who came out of the temple earlier. Is that really the third promise? She seems rather unimposing. How is she meant to succeed the mighty Gulu Jaja? Already doubting. Jesus. Juliolan. No, you are farther away than that, I think. As for the High Luminary, I can only guess where he might be. He is warder of the Sky Ruin, but also keeper of the sepulchres, and his duties often take him outside the village. Alright, so outside the village, we know that much. The sepulchre. Asking after the High Luminary as well, are you? I know not where to find him. I do hope you have the opportunity to speak together. He's a great man, a deep reverence for our traditions. These glyphs we carved, for one, affords them as much value as any treasure we possess. They are records of lives lived. Your arrival too, I will etch into the stone. The story of our meeting may endure, untold turnings of the sun. If you are curious about our ways, then I bid you visit Proof to the northwest of here. It is one of our grave sites. Proof, huh? There we go. First things first. Was anyone able to coax forth a definite location for the High Luminary? As expected. What then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? I heard that in addition to his usual duties, Geferla is also charged with keeping the graves. As did I. The Yokhui sepulchres appear to hold a special significance in their culture. But would it be appropriate for us outsiders to enter into their burial grounds? Proof, you say? And he encouraged you to visit this place yourself? Then let's go and take a look. Even if we don't find Geferla there, it will give us the chance to learn more about the Yokhui. The gravesite is somewhere to the northwest of here? Well, we can leave from that side of the village for a start. Shall we? All right. Well, the others have gone on ahead to prove. following the trail west. There are sharp drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. I thought to get my bearings from up here first so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try catching up to Aaronville? He should be able to point you in the right direction. There's Alice, eh? Everyone's going at their own own pace, huh? There's Aaronville and Alphino. Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass. The ground still burns. This must be one of the scars left by Valigar Manda's rampage, as told by the saga. The Sky Ruin's fires are described as eternal, flames that can be quenched by neither storm nor time. Here I thought it a literary embellishment. But now I have lost sight of Wuk Lamat. Proof is northwest along the main road, so hopefully she's still heading the right way. Only one way to find out. To the northwest. Going up. Oh, ether current. I'll grab that and then hop back up. Wuk Lamat wins again! Looks like everyone is here now, so... Greetings, friend. Are you Gefühler? No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, task me with providing a lesson on sepulchres to those who came in search of him. Oh, so we were meant to find our way here after all. Are you to tell us who is buried here? No one is buried here in the sense you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames and scatter its ashes across the peaks. Moreover, we do not conceive of death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their heart ceases to beat, but only when they are no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. This is why we build our sepulchres before age or mishap claims us, that we might etch ourselves into the living chronicle for all eternity. This grave belongs to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended its journey some years ago, but he lives within me, even now. Up there stands my own sepulchre. As long as it exists, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave glyphs. The same manner my friend does in mine. Has it always been thus for your people? This conception of existence and death? Continue along this path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answers to your questions. Then that's what we'll do. Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. I thank you for allowing me to share them, for in doing so, I will remain in your hearts also. The indelible passage, huh? That's right. Oh, we're not going to be able to avoid this guy. Rubino, you're up. Whether it be Minotaurs or Cyclops. Hello. A fellow we met at Proof suggested that we come here. Yes, the High Luminary commanded that I watch for your arrival. Chroniclers of our people, it's ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the murals from generation to generation. They really are magnificent. And together they tell the tale of your people's history? They are the events which shaped us. I would share them with you ere you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. Then I will begin. This first mural depicts a time more than 1100 years ago. An age of great prosperity for the Yokoi. Blessed with size and strength unmatched by other people, our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Yoktoral under their dominion. Then, when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northward, seeking to expand their territory and power. Here we see the expedition to Zaktoral. Unable to cross the strait by ship, our forefathers set to building a bridge into the northern land. A grand labor which consumed the greater part of a century. Zorgor the Boundless. We still make use of that bridge in Turiolal for travel. I can't imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work of that scale. But I've never heard of any Yokoi living in Zaktoral. What happened to the ones who went north? Look upon this next mural and behold the answer. The scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner... Oh, whoops. The scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner of enemy could have repelled their invasion? A foe unnamed and unseen. The expedition pushed forth into Zaktoral those 1,000 years ago. Soldiers were felled by disease. Some terrible illness? No. No virulent plague or newly arisen blight. The local Tonawalta and Shitona. It was but a mild affliction of the sort that comes, the turning of the season. What manifested for them as slight fevers and coughs, however, proved deadly to our people. But of every 10 Yokui who joined that northern campaign, 9 succumbed to the infection. Those who survived continued to suffer, finding it difficult to sire offspring. I've heard of this before. Lacking an inherited resistance, visitors to distant lands can fall deathly ill to diseases a local might shrug off. These events might also have given rise to the practice of cremation rather than burial of mortal remains. This final mural depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Urkopacha. The reason they first left, why they had fought so long, pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homeland. This undertaking began in ancient times. Our forebears learned they shared the continent with peoples unalike to us in appearance or custom. They feared invasion was inevitable. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow. As they fought on and on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disaster in Zaktoral and their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. The peace we envisioned has been ours for the taking. The peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here, place which birthed us. Here, stones upon which we recorded our days. Here, tranquil life. We had traded our conquest. We had traded for conquest and conflict. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. So we return to the present. I trust you found this brief history of our people enlightening. I'm always glad to learn more about my fellow Torali. How you've lived until now, and how you wish to live from now on. Then I believe you are ready to proceed. The High Luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Wokozomor. I had a feeling we'd end up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feat worthy of the name. Follow the trail south of here to begin your ascent. But be wary. Beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and otherwise. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the warning and the lesson. Finally, we know where we're going. To the top of Wokozomor. Wait, isn't it? Oh, no, right. This. Come on, Rubido. Oh, oops, wrong way. Again. We'll be back in that area soon enough. I think. Yeah? No? Maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see. Ooh, we almost had another fight on our hands. All right. LSA? This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. What? How long have you been standing there? I was just taking in the scenery, that's all. Come on. We don't want to fall too far behind Avno and the others. Oh, LSA, quit lying to yourself. You didn't journey with us to Zenith. Can't avoid this guy. Good night and good luck. You remember how the chronicler was saying that the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace? It occurs to me that if Zoran is attempting the feat of proof, then he will have heard that same lesson. I can only hope that it's made him reconsider his own stance on educating people through war. One can hope. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with more. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're watching on YouTube, here are the links provided. See you in a bit.